Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Now, Stephen C. Smith claims that Malikaandrews would have been fired if she didn't discuss NBA draft star Brandon Miller's past. He has defended her after she faced backlash for bringing up Brandon Miller's connection to an Alabama murder case during the 2023 NBA draft, which he wasn't convicted or even processed. Now, Andrews is 28, mentioned the Crimson Tide Ford was a cooperating witness in the investigation into a fatal shooting of a woman that took place in January. Now, the ESPN or espn, I love to call these bums, host then asked her colleague Bobby Marks how those links could factor in the evaluation of Miller, who would eventually be selected second overall by the Charlotte Hornets. Andrews, who became the first ever female NBA draft host in June, did make it clear that two other men and not the Alabama star were indicted for capital murder charges, yet she still faced plenty of scrutiny, with countless NBA fans claiming it wasn't appropriate to discuss Miller's involvement in the case on his big night. But Stephen C. strongly disagreed in a recent appearance on Podcast P with Paul George. Now, Smith claimed it was the NBA Today host's responsibility to bring up the 6'9" forward's past. She gets crucified leading into the draft because she's asking Brandon Miller a question or bringing up somebody's past, Stephen C. said. She had an obligation to ask those questions. She did her job. If she doesn't do her job, she's off the air. They would be like, what we need you for. Smith suggested the backlash was a result of a general misunderstanding journalistic principles. The First Take star said media professionals are required to ask difficult questions if they are in the public interest. Stephen C. also brought up his on-air clash with Andrews over the handling of head coach Ime Udoka's suspension by the Boston Celtics to prove his impartiality in defending his ESPN colleague. However, Smith did acknowledge that there are circumstances that make certain questions inappropriate to ask at a given time. He used the example of ex-Kansas basketball head coach Roy Williams being quizzed over potentially parting ways with the program right after losing in the NCAA tournament final over 20 years ago. Okay, now, he's a buck dancer. We know he's a buck dancer, and we know he's going to forever be a buck dancer because that's what he does. Malikaandrews was dead wrong for asking that question. And for him to defend, now I didn't talk about this a while ago because I wanted everybody to do what they did and say what they say. And I just wanted to come out. Like I tell you guys, I work all day, like at least 11 hours a day. So I've cut back a little bit, at least to try to give you a video, maybe 2, maybe 3 at most if I'm really feeling it. But I'm trying to get ready for this all day football, which I'm finna do again, and I'm gonna try to ride it out to the end. Now, the last, like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to talk to Detroit T, shout out to him, Scrub, and all of them who participate, and I'm gonna get all of them a gift because I cut it off and I didn't have a chance to go back to tally up who was winning. I think T was winning and Scrub caught up, but I'm gonna give everybody a gift because they've supported the page. They've always been here whenever I had a StreamYard or whatever. So let's get back to what we were talking about. To me, Malikaandrews did poor taste. Brandon Miller had nothing to do with the crime or nothing. He just was asked questions. So why would you bring that up? And for Stephen C. Smith to show that on, to do that on Paul George's podcast. Paul George is probably didn't want to go too far in because he's trying to have a life after basketball where he's in media. But if it was me on that show, I would have destroyed Stephen C. Smith. I would have brought up so many things about, about himself and what he's done and how he's been a straight a-hole, being very disrespectful. And I would have done that. I would have brought up everything about him. Because I just felt like he's a piece of crap. He doesn't show any remorse, doesn't show any empathy for some of the things that he said and that he's done. And to me, he's a very foul human being. Now, people will look at this and be like, well, that's kind of foul and everything that you're doing that, and you ought to not go that far. And it's like, I'm finna go that far because I really don't like this bastard. This bastard has done nothing but be disrespectful to people, be disrespectful to those who have tried their best to, be the best player they can be. And people, to me today, have destroyed a lot of athletes. When teams have stacked teams back in the day to now, nobody was saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Give me a second. Y'all start without me. So, sorry about that, Mom. Dinner's ready and stuff. But I'm gonna finish this up. The thing is that really pisses me off is that fans allow these analysts and these people, especially in analytics, to feel that they could do whatever the hell they want to do, talk bad about anybody. Malikaandrews has not put in enough work or time when it comes to, how do I say, having a voice or even being put on the pedestal that she's being put on. The only reason she's on the pedestal she's being put on is because she looks black. She's really mixed. She looks black, and she doesn't have a problem tearing down black athletes, especially the men. So these are some of the things that I question. And for him to defend her, this is what I keep telling you. Stephen C. Smith ain't nothing but a do-boy, nothing but a bitch boy, nothing but a no hairline ass bastard. And that's what he's always going to be. He wasn't raised by a real man. He was raised by a bunch of women. That's why he's so ussy, as we can see. That's why, he's always around here with his jokes and always doing this, running these antics. He was dissing the Cowboys, but yet you were a fan of the Cowboys because you was in a private jet with Jerry Jones. So your whole credibility is shot. You're trash. You're trash. You trash. All you do is tear down players. Excuse me. All you do is tear down players, and you don't show any type of concern for those out there. You don't show any concern for people who are going through something. You don't consider that or anything. And you don't. And it's sad, but we know you're not made from that real cloth. You're basically made from tinfoil. Because that's what you are. Whenever you get presented with somebody who's all in your face telling you about yourself, you don't know how to act. And Malikaandrews is wrong. She deserved to get backlash. She deserved to get destroyed. She deserves to get tore down. She's not a black woman. She's a mixed woman who goes more along with her white side. We don't mess with her. And we're canceling her. And we're canceling you too. Your bum ass podcast ain't gonna do shit either. And I'm gonna be one of the ones to make sure that it don't get off. And I don't care if people say, well, you shouldn't wish nothing. F that dude. If his ass fell out tomorrow, that's on him. He's a scumbag. He's a piece of shit of a human being. And for him to defend this bitch, yes, she's a bitch. For him to defend this bitch just shows me the lack of respect he has for fellow black men like himself. I can't respect somebody like that. I can't come on here and give you guys a fake outlook or a fake, oh, he's this and that, he's so great. I can't do that. I'm sorry. I can't do that. You know, I can't do that. You know, I can't be fake. Excuse me. I can't be fake at all. I can't be fake. I can't be stupid. I can't lie to myself. I can't lie to you guys, you gals. I can't lie to you guys and tell you something that's bullshit. I have to give you the real. And in my opinion, Malikaandrews was wrong, and she deserves to get destroyed. And what makes her qualified to get the contract that she's gotten? She's not better than Richard Jefferson. Hell, I don't think she's better than Kendrick Perkins. And Kendrick Perkins talk like he got a third grade level degree, like a third grade level learning ability. But he's better than her because he at least know people within the organization he was at or the organizations he was with. He can contact somebody. She not worth nothing. All she is another bitter ass mixed chick who has a personal vendetta against black men for whatever reason we don't know, but that's just what she is. I guess she's mad because she doesn't look like her mother with her nappy headed ass. And white people, stop saying we hate white people. We don't hate you guys. We hate the privilege and the naivety that your people continue to conduct, knowing that blacks are the biggest discriminated and hated on race in the world. It's not even close. American black men, we're the worst talked about everything. I've talked to Africans before and they talk bad about us. They think we ain't shit. And I look at them like, oh no, we the shit. Y'all ain't shit. Cause whatever we do, the world moves. Hip hop, where do you think hip hop came from? Us. And guess what? It's a universally loved. Blues, the rock, all of that country music. Thank us. And for Malikaandrews to be disrespectful like she is, that just shows me that it's more inner hate and that she don't like what she's trying to do. Is that she's trying to get a promotion and she knows by discriminating against her own race. I don't want to hear that. Oh, well, they're mixed, so they're not just one race. Well, they're a part of, they're black and they're white. So they have two races, which are black and white. To me, it should be no such thing as a race. It should just be the human race. But people wanted to add color in their discrimination so they could have a leg up on the competition. A lot of these crackers out here ain't smarter than us. These crackers make the system cater to them and help them in certain situations, which will enhance them, you know. And it makes it seems like they know something, but they don't. They dumb as rocks. If we actually learned on what everybody else was learning, black Americans, we would destroy them. Because if you look at the I think it's cortex or whatever you call it, I might be wrong, I'm not great with words. If you're the person, if you look at our brain, our mind, our functions, you'll see that we're great at being subjective. We're subjective learners, and we're good from reading right to left. more than left to right. Right to left basically constructs how we learn, and if we learned that way, we would blow a lot of these people out of the water. Astrology, the numbers, the numerology, everything was after us. And you got these clowns coming on Sino Page in a bow tie looking like a fake ass Bishop Tutu trying to tell me about black people. Ain't nobody trying to be racist. Ain't nobody trying to be prejudiced. It's just the truth. And until white people start holding themselves accountable for their bullshit, it's going to still be the same. So thank you for listening. I'm out. Deezy.